join Steve
Okay,
and
so they're
Deborah.
going to cut backstage to Mike Tenay interviewing members of the Four Horsemen, Chris Benoit, Mongo McMichael, with his wife at the time, Deborah. These are the guys who stepped aside for Sting and Luger to be in WarGames with the other members of the Four Horsemen. So they must be pissed at Sting, is what I'm guessing. So let's hear what they have to say.
McMichael, along with the Canadian crippler Chris Benoit, think it was quite obvious that your presence was missed last night at the WarGames.
Let me tell you what, Lex. You better go find Sting and beg him to come back and get in this match, brother, because I made you a promise. If you let the Horsemen down at WarGames, what was going to happen to you? And, baby, tell the world what happens when your husband makes a promise.
I tell you what, Lex and Sting, you better watch out, because my husband made a great living in the NFL for 15 years by beating up pumped-up little bullies like you guys, so you better watch out.
Chris Benoit tonight in hour number 2 of Nitro. Yourself, Steve Mongo McMichael against
Benoit,
Lex Luger and
Nancy,
Sting.
We prophesized that Sting and Lex would debilitate the team if you cross the Horsemen's path. That path is merciless. Unforgiveful. Prepare yourself to pay the price.
And we are back with more Monday Nitro.
I mean,
right
WWE saw something in Chris Benoit to want to make him WWE champion eventually, but okay. Good worker, but I never was such a fan of his promos, but okay.
Well, yeah. I don't think anyone's ever praised his promo work. I think he's known as just being one of the great wrestlers of all time. At least in-ring work. He's in his own world.
So here's the main event. It's Chris Benoit and Mongo McMichael with Deborah against Lex Luger and Sting, supposedly. But it looks like it's just going to be Lex Luger by himself. Sting is going to leave Luger to fight on his own. Against 2-on-1. Against
Be more.
Man, I love those punches, but I like Lex Luger. I don't know. I've heard people talk about his work, but I think the punches look good. I think when he takes a punch, it looks good. Big fan of Lex Luger, man. Huge fan.
It just keeps getting better.
I don't know. I've heard wrestling old heads talk about him like he wasn't a good worker, a good wrestler. But I don't know. I thought he was great growing up.
I never saw a problem with his work.
And here he is, single-handedly.
Back on his feet.
Look at him, man. Look at the power, bro. Just pick up Chris Benoit like nothing. After a long match, I skipped a lot of it. He should be tired. And he's torture-racking Chris Benoit on his back.
Got him up in that rack.
Well, he didn't tap out, but here come the rest of the Horsemen to save Benoit. That's going to be a DQ. That's the end of the match.
Talk about the ultimate handicap match.
4-on-1 now as the Horsemen are ganging up on Lex Luger. Lex Luger is still fighting them off, but it's too many. It's too many people.
Whoa, did you see that?
There's the numbers game.
They're gonna beat up Luger for I guess letting him down.
For Sting, huh?
Oh, they blame him for Sting, yeah.
Well, this is really the beating they should be giving to Sting. What did Lex Luger do? He didn't, abandon them. He finished the match. They're just beating him up for being friends with Sting. It's kind of messed up. They're healing it up here, although they're supposed to be the baby faces on the show, but it's just sad that Luger's taking this beating.
I agree.
But they didn't really have to do anything today. The Horsemen did it for
that's the show.
they left Luger laying. And Sting nowhere to be seen. And that's it.
Sting didn't care. Didn't give a crap about his good buddy Luger.